Who can lift Loki's Ragnir? This is the analysis of the latest manga chapter 1143. To start our discussion, let's go straight to the highlights of this chapter, which is the part involving Luffy and Loki. I know that the main thing on your mind about this part is Loki's mention of the Ragnir. According to Loki, he claims that not a single person facing him right now can lift his Ragnir. This is obviously a reference to Thor's Mjolnir in Norse mythology. In the story of Mjolnir in actual Norse mythology, there is no specific criteria for who can lift it. It's only stated that Mjolnir is simply too heavy, so only Thor and his son Magne can lift it since they are naturally strong. However, based on modern interpretation, the requirement to lift Mjolnir is that the person must be worthy. If we assume that Oda is basing it on the modern interpretation, then I think there are three possible characters who might be able to lift the Ragnir. First, of course, is Luffy. It's possible that this could serve as Loki's test for him. In other words, there might be an agreement between Loki and Luffy that Loki will only help Luffy to fight the Holy Knights if Luffy can lift it. And second, of course, is Usopp. If Usopp managed to lift the Ragnir, it would definitely add more cool points to his resume. Plus, it would be another step towards his dream to become a brave warrior of the sea, as he would be proving to everyone just how worthy he is as a pirate. And lastly, there is Hajrudin. Loki might test Hajrudin by making him try to lift the Ragnir. In a way, this could serve as their closure to truly solidify their bond as a brothers. So in my opinion, the three most likely characters who can lift the Ragnir are Usopp, Luffy and Hajrudin. Anyway, after Luffy punched Loki and knocked him out, we immediately got to see Hajrudin's flashback. Even though it was a single page or technically just a 4 panels, Oda's depiction of this flashback was incredibly informative, as we were able to pick up a lot of details from it. One of the biggest reveals was the confirmation that Loki had been blindfolded since he was a child. We didn't see this before because in his previous flashback, Loki was only in his silhouette, so we wouldn't be sure at that time. So what do you think? Why was Loki blindfolded? Could he be like Admiral Fujidora, who blinded himself because he didn't want to witness the negativity of the world? Did someone blinded Loki as a punishment for evil things he had done since childhood? Or did Loki have his own personal reasons for choosing to blindfold himself? Aside from this, the flashback also revealed the deep hatred between Loki and Hajrudin. I believe the key to their conflict lies with their mothers. I think Loki's mother fed him negative thoughts about Hajrudin, which explains why he treated his brother with such a hostility. It's possible that she has been manipulating Loki all along. If that's the case, I wouldn't be surprised if later on we will be introduced to his mother, who in fact might be the true villain of the Elbaf. If you pay close attention, you will notice the weapon Loki used as a child was a Kanabo, similar to the weapon Kaido uses. In fact, Kaido and King Herald even resembles each other. And even though King Herald seems somewhat wealthy, could it be possible that Kaido is a sibling of Hajrudin and Loki? If Loki is the son of ancient giant, which explains his massive size, and Hajrudin is the son of normal giant, then it's possible that Kaido could be the son of King Herald and a regular human. This would explain why Kaido isn't as big as Hajrudin and Loki. This theory is supported by the fact that we have already seen Skopar have a child with a giant, proving that such a mix is possible. Now let's talk about the other section of this chapter, starting with the Holy Knights. We discovered that Saint Somers possessed the throne fruit. According to him, the more the rescuer care about the person he is trying to save, the stronger the damage from his thrones will be. To me, this is clear foreshadowing for several characters. For example, we learn that Jarul's granddaughter Ylva is studying at Walrus School. Earlier in this chapter, Saul himself mentioned Ylva's name. She was the child standing at the front of the line among the young giants. So if Jarul ends up trying to save his granddaughter, it's likely the damage he suffers from Somer's ability will be double or even triple compared to Saul, since Jarul has an emotional attachment to his granddaughter. Another character who could suffer from Somer's devil fruit is either Robin or Saul. If Somers targets Saul or Robin and one of them tries to save the other, the damage they receive will be massive. We have seen in recent chapters how deeply connected the two are, making them prime targets for this ability. And lastly, there is Sanji. Sanji loves all women, so this ability would be a huge disadvantage for him. But the question is, would it even work on Sanji? Because we all know that he has an exoskeleton. This makes it a bit doubtful whether Oda intentionally set up this devil fruit power specially for Sanji or not. Because if you think about it, on paper, Sanji and Saint Somers actually have similar belief. They both believe in the power of love. Sanji even mentioned this during the Egghead Island arc. So this makes us wonder, are they the perfect matchup for this arc. As for Saint Gillingham, it was revealed that he possessed the dragon fruit model Kirin. Moving on to the Gunko, the biggest highlight of her part in this chapter was her mention of Nika. If you remember, in the last chapter Gunko stated that what she feared the most is the sun god Nika. So I wonder, was there a hidden meaning behind that statement? Finally, regarding the young giants, Gunko showed the path they would take, and it was revealed that this route passes through the western village, which means these children will be passing by Broggy and Dory's group. However, based on Broggy's location, when he first saw the fire bridge getting destroyed, it looks like they are positioned adjacent to the fire. This means there is a high chance that they won't even see the young giants walking past. So in my opinion, the one who will end up rescuing these children will be another group. Yes guys, I am talking about Frankie and Ripley's group. But there is a problem. We all know that these children are Ripley's students. This means that if Ripley tries to save them, she could suffer double damage due to the Saint Soma's Devil Fruit ability. Anyway, this is where another possibility comes in. Will Ripley's husband show up in this situation? Will Scopper Gavan step in to fight the Holy Knights for the sake of his wife? If you guys have any thoughts on this, drop them in the comment section below so we can discuss them further. Anyway, that wraps up our analysis for the latest manga chapter 1143. That's all for now. Peace.